My name is Jacqueline Lacefield. I am a junior here at Schreiner University. I'm a business management major, and my hometown is Kingwood, Texas. I started the Schreiner Red Cross Club here on campus, and through the Purposeful Lives office, it kind of inspired me to get other students involved, because that's a thing that Schreiner really wants to do. So through the Hill Country chapter at the Red Cross, I got here on campus, worked with Dr. Huber, got all the technicalities so that if students don't have cars and they can't travel to the chapter, they can be right here and fundraise for the Red Cross and help local wildfires, help international relief, or they could donate blood through the Southwest Blood Center. It's just, there's so many opportunities that people think they have to go off campus and volunteer, and they don't. They can be right here at Schreiner. And I just think that's an amazing thing that we have here. Even though it's a small campus, everybody knows that they can do their part to help others. So I like to think of myself as I have a servant's heart. I have so much to give, and with my free time, why not use that as a useful thing? So here, when I got to Schreiner, I gave myself a semester to adjust and get to college life and college classes. But I missed it. I really liked having that sense of fulfillment at the end of the day, that I didn't just sit down on the couch and watch TV. I actually went out and I put smoke alarms in people's homes so that if there's a fire, they can get out safely. And I love that sense of fulfillment, that I have the power to do that. I'm one person, but I have that impact on other people. I participated in the technical communication class with Miss Hene. That's a junior level English class. And in that class, we learned about reports, resumes, all sorts of technical communication in the workplace. And Ms. Hene incorporated a knitting project. So we knitted scarves for the homeless, and we donated them to Northern Michigan, while also learning how to write instructions, how to properly format a manual with white space, font. So we learned academically and promoted ourselves and helped out the homeless. It was just a win-win deal for everyone. So there are opportunities even in the classroom to volunteer. There are opportunities through the Green Society, through the Schreiner Red Cross Club, or if you have a car, there are other local nonprofits that would love your help. The Veterans Hospital, there's so many ways to give back. And Ms. Noelle Avonmark is here to help you if you'd like to talk with her one-on-one and find a good fit for you.
Okay, I'm Jacob Nairn. I'm from Plainview, Texas. I'm a psychology major, and I'm a sophomore. One of the most memorable experiences I had here with service was during one of the food bank, mobile food banks we had. I was taking food to someone's car, and whenever I got to the car and I realized they had like multiple kids in the car, and it was like an old-timey car, like it was not in the best of shape, but I realized like just me taking the food for them and helping them provide for all those kids in the car was, I don't know, it's something that like took you outside of your own realm. You were like, oh, I'm just taking this to their car, but then you realize, oh, I'm helping them feed their family.
Serve others.
One thing that definitely inspires me to serve others is my faith. I definitely have that behind what I do. Whenever I want to serve others, I definitely think of my religious past. But something that really inspires me besides that is I don't know, I love that feeling of after you serve something and you sit down and you go, oh, wow, I did something good. And even though you don't necessarily feel it while you're doing it, afterwards you can look back and go, oh, wow, I made an impact today. Something I've learned from serving is that it's not always about you, because I know we live in a society where it's all about, getting up in the world and making yourself better, and we're in college, to get degrees so we can be better people. But whenever you serve others, it's finally a chance to not think about yourself and to go outside of that and really focus on some other person or some other, organization for a little while.
My name is Anissa Palencia. I'm from Sandpoint, Texas. I'm a freshman and my major is nursing. My favorite memory from this year would be from CSI, and that was one of the most wonderful experiences I've had so far. I've never done anything like it, and just to it was worth waking up early and having to come because I met amazing people. I made new friends, and like the satisfaction of having to helping people, that was amazing. So I would definitely do it again. I think sometimes we're very ungrateful for what we have, and there's people out there that don't have the same opportunities or same things that we have, and just knowing that you can make a change and make an impact on someone, that kind of really makes me happy, knowing that I'm not just another random person on this earth not making a difference. So that's what I like. It is definitely a very good experience, and Schreiner isn't just another university where you just go to learn. You get involved with the community and do more than just trying to get a grade. Or that's what I would tell them, that it's a great experience definitely to have.
Hi, my name is Kylie Miller. I teach in the School of Sciences and Mathematics here at Schreiner University. I'm a chemistry professor, and I'm interested in talking with you about service learning. I feel that service learning has made a difference in my classroom. I've taught 2 classes, biochemistry and quantum mechanics. Both had a service learning component. And in the classroom, students got to manage what our plan was for service learning. And so they got to learn the process of what it takes to create a project, both meaningful for them and meaningful for the students that they're going to serve. And they got to implement that project at Tom Daniels Elementary. And at least for what I feel for the class, what they were able to get out of it was the connections to the students as well as to the curriculum. And I felt that was really beneficial, and I also feel that they got a significant portion out of it. Some of them have mentioned that they're interested in providing additional service, especially in biochemistry. They're interested in taking their model and starting to work that model up to start to make it translatable to other different elementary schools. Service learning is helpful for students because they get to understand what really goes into this kind of curriculum development, the service associated with it, the time associated with that, and they also get to reflect on themselves as to what does it mean to give of yourself to provide an opportunity for other individuals. And that service, I think, for students is beyond what we can find in the classroom. And I think that's something that Schreiner is really motivated to provide, is kind of this whole world education for them. I would really recommend to other faculty members that are interested in integrating service learning into their courses, do it. It is a fantastic opportunity. It gets you out in the community, and really that's what we want Schreiner to be about, is how can we get our academic institution more involved in our community. Now, if that's something locally, great. If it's regionally, fantastic. If it's on a national stage, again, this is the kind of model that we want to generate for our students, is that we want to provide this citizenship, this service associated to it. Faculty need to lead the way. They need to provide opportunities for students to do that, because we see that encouragement, that excitement, that enthusiasm that faculty have for it, and that's contagious for those students in the classroom.
Hi, I'm Sally Hannay. I teach in the English department for liberal arts, the School of Liberal Arts. And the classes that I used service learning in were 3 classes this semester that were technical communication. And we knitted for the homeless. Service learning has made a big difference in my classroom, I feel, because and I also did a survey with the students, and they agreed that it made a big difference in the classroom. It created a community atmosphere that made all the other learning that we did, presentations, it's a communications class, peer reviewing of work, so much more effective, because the students had already created a connection with each other by serving something larger than themselves. Well, I had a great experience with a student who had an aha moment because of the service learning project. She was incredibly frustrated by learning to knit, and in fact was crying in my classroom. And I thought, oh my gosh, what have I done? This is not the plan at all to make my students cry. So after some time and encouragement, though, she kept at it. She's a perfectionist, and she was also frustrated because she really wanted to serve the homeless. She loved this notion of serving somebody outside our little community. And now you can see her. There's never a time that she doesn't have a pair of needles in her hands. And she told me in a private moment that knitting has changed her life because she loves doing something for somebody else, but also it's just been something for her personal personality, and she's a very shy person, and it's been something that sort of helped her somehow just to cope in the world. So something outside what my student learning outcomes were exactly, but it was a wonderful moment to hear that. I've learned that what I've learned so much about teaching, I've been teaching a long time, is that if you have these like clear set things like I'm going to teach them this, 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 and this, and I'm going to use this, 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 and this to do it, then you're going to be beating your head against the wall. And service learning is another way to bring something surprising into the classroom that allows things to happen. And you can't necessarily, maybe my provost doesn't want to hear this, you can't completely measure all these things, but surprising learning happens and surprising connections are made. And it's another way of sort of giving back to my students some control over their experience in the classroom, and that's been wonderful.